Hi, everyone. Welcome to our market update. If this is your first time joining us, we keep this short and sweet, under 10 minutes. Sometimes we do it weekly, sometimes we do it monthly. But either way, you're here today. We're going to keep it under 10 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. You'll see the clicker going, talking about active properties, pending properties, and so on and so forth. That number has took a little dip. We're going to get into interest rates and go over any kind of questions that might pop up. David, how are rates looking right now?
Well, I mean, for those of you out there who've been paying attention to the market, you may have noticed that oil closed at a 5-year low right now. We're at a 5-year low. And as opposed to that, you would think everyone would be really happy, but the news in the Wall Street Journal was very negative. They're saying, this is no good. We don't need cheap energy. We don't need low energy prices. And then the labor market has been softening as well, which in turn has made interest rates come down. But for those of you who can look and see the above rates, yes, this is a very credible site. The rates here are usually very good, usually pretty spot on. For a majority of your really good lenders in the US, it's pretty spot on. But as you can see, rates themselves, they've moved up a little bit from before. Now, can you get better interest rates than this if you're shopping around for a home right now? You can. These rates here are all about, like, their 30-year is off by 23 points. It should be 6%. Their FHA should be like 5.49, and their VA should be like 5.6. So yes, you can get better rates out there than what's available here, but it's going to matter now probably more than ever because the volume of loans is very low right now. A lot of lenders have raised all of their prices on interest rates so they make more money because of the less volume going on. So if you're working with someone out there that's any other bank, or let's say a retail lender that has brick and mortar, HR, vice presidents, all sorts of ads on TV, your rate's going to be much higher. And if you're already paying a higher price for the home, you saving 0.5% or 0.25% is going to make a big difference. So just take the time to look around, make sure that you are getting a good deal, and compare it to these right here, because these as a base is very good. And most lenders are not even going to have these rates. They're all going to be higher.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you guys know, I mean, if this is your first time watching us, you know, interest rates fluctuate. For the most part, interest rates are not going to get locked in until you actually get under contract. But you want to talk to a lender to at least get an idea of what rates are looking like. Because you can kind of see it. I mean, in a 30-day window, right? October 17th right here compared to, let's say, September 30th. That's quite a
jump,
right? So if your lender is saying, hey, you know what, we should lock it right here, and then you find out that rates are a little bit lower at the back end of the escrow, does your lender allow you to basically to relock the rate, right?
It's a float down. That's the float. That's a term. When you're shopping for a loan, you should ask your lender, do they allow for a one-time float down? And typically the lender is going to tell you two things. Yes, we allow for it, but at minimum has to be at least 0.5% or 0.75. If it only changes a quarter, they're not going to do that lockdown or the float down, because then it defeats the purpose of hedging the market. But make sure you ask your lender, hey, if there's something wrong with the market massively, do you allow a one-time float down? Because then it protects you. Because 0.25%, the market goes up and down. Yes, your lender could have timed it wrong. It can happen. But if something massive happens, like, well, let's just say because of that gigantic history-making peace deal in the Middle East, let's say all of a sudden 2 weeks from now, Hamas goes crazy again and just starts slaughtering people, and interest rates all of a sudden drop, you will know. Your lender will call you and be like, oh my gosh, like the market reacted terrible and rates went down 0.5%, and you can float it down.
Gotcha. Yeah. So just kind of things to think about when you're actually under contract. And then I wanted to bring it up to the market, the values. All right. So
interesting. What about the list of sold? What's your feeling on that, Vinny? Because that's a lot of interesting times out there, that list of sold price right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're looking at what happened. So this is right, the list and sold across the board. We're seeing it's still under 100%.
Yep, 97.9. That seems pretty good. It's pretty. I was going to say it's like 98 to 97% right now.
Yeah, I mean, so people are going, for the most part, under list. Now some properties are selling at list or above list. The interesting is you're going to start seeing basically the pricing, right? So every year, right, you've seen it's starting to go down the values the last couple of years at least, right? In the holidays, we see less properties. You can kind of see by the clicker we're having that 400. I think David was thinking they were get to like 7,000 or something like that. Inventory is going.
I was wrong.
Lower and lower. And right, you're seeing the prices go down a little bit, but every year you've seen basically pricing go up. And I still think that we're going to see next year pricing go back up. So right now during the holidays, this holiday season could actually be a really great time to purchase and see that appreciation. I'm not making any promises, appreciation next year. You are seeing an attached market, I mean, going up, but the attached market, it's been hurting for the last couple of years.
Can you go back to that last graph real quick? The one you pulled up. Let's look at something. So if you take a look at that high point right there when it was the highest, right there, correct. So by February next year, you're going to have 2 rate cuts have already happened. And I predict you will see this curve start trending back upwards.
Yeah.
Because of 2 rate cuts. And they're already projecting within the next year a total of 4 to 5 rate cuts. That's a lot. So if you're trying to time the market, that's a bad idea. And you'll go, I'll just wait for the 4 or 5 rate cuts. That's going to put you at summertime, the peak buying season, and every single buyer will come back because rates will be lower. And the home prices, I believe, are just going to stack. So,
I mean, I've been telling, I mean, honestly, I think around February time frame, you're going to see better value than if you're selling a property than you are now. I mean, I told clients that, hey, if you don't need to sell during the holidays, hold off to like February. If you're a buyer right now, buy right now. I mean, don't hold. If you're waiting 6 months, do not wait till next year. Buy right now. If you're a seller and you can hold off for at least a couple of months, then do that.
You know what? Like that last deal that we closed, Vinnie. I think the seller's credit, I think you got the guy was 24 grand. Am I wrong on memory on that? Was it 24,000? It was absurdly high.
I think it might have been more than that actually.
I mean,
it was more than the 3%, and we had to buy. We prepaid the taxes too.
Yeah, we prepaid taxes, bought down the rate. The thing that why I mentioned that is because during November and December the market will be slower. If you can get your agent to negotiate a massive seller's credit, then it's not going to matter where rates are because you can either buy down the payment or get all your closing costs paid. And then in 8 months from now, 10 months from now, when you hit summertime, because I'm pretty sure rates are going to be much lower during that time frame, you have the ability to refinance because you didn't pay for the closing costs anyways. You didn't pay for the rate. You didn't pay for anything, but you got the house at a better deal. The deals will be had when sellers are hurting, like, really October, November, December, and January. That's like your prime areas to get people who are hurting and selling and make a good advantageous purchase for yourself because of the credit you can get. As long as your agent can do that. Like I mentioned that because Vinnie literally just did it on the last deal we closed. And I mean, shoot.
But I mean, it's communication. I mean, that's the honest truth to it. I mean, I have a deal that I'm under contract right now. It took about 3 weeks of back and forth with the listing agent to actually get it to a price that we'd actually buy it at.
Wow, that's a lot.
It took 3 weeks. I mean, it's not all going to happen. I mean, I've done other ones where we've negotiated longer. Other ones where they're motivated and they're ready to do it like right off the back. So it's like you have to assess. And some people, they just don't really want to make the move. They don't have this urgency, right? So it's understanding, or at least have your realtor relay kind of the motivation. And honestly, for them to simply ask about the motivation, you're not gonna get it, right? I mean, I always find it funny when realtors go, "Hey, why is your client selling?"
Oh, because they're totally broke and have no money, and they're using food stamps to eat. But they don't. But we're not giving a discount.
Yeah.
Okay,
why are they selling?
like,
I mean, yes, that's one way of just asking the question, but also going, "Hey, if we got you this price, do you think it would be something that would actually, be open to? Would it offend your client? Would it not offend your? I mean." Really just having that dialogue with your realtor and having your realtor have the dialogue with the sellers is going to be immenseful. But anyways, we're getting to the end of the year. Hopefully we have the holidays or before Halloween. What do you say?
I was just going to say, everyone out there knows Miami Dolphins Super Bowl this year for sure. It's It's been a rough start, but we still got time to recover.
Wow. See you guys.